Hamner Nation, what is going on? This is Marcus. Before I get started, I want to thank you guys so much for your support. It means everything to me and I love you guys so much. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you always hit that bell to enable notifications of whenever I drop a video. And we're gonna keep this thing rolling. So, Marvel excited news. So let's dive right into it. So, I'm definitely excited for the updates that Marvel's doing for the second season, such as Loki, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, and there's a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 updates as well. There's also going to be updates on Defenders as well. And Defenders is one of my favorite series on Netflix. Of course, in the original comics, Doctor Strange actually led the Defenders, who the original members were Namor, the Hulk, and Valkyrie. And of course, in the MCU version, it's actually led by Daredevil, of course, with Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. So I'm actually excited for that as well, especially for Defenders to return. So I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. So it basically all tied into their own individual series that were on Netflix. But now that most of them are on Disney Plus now, we definitely get to have some updates about that as well. So, but I'm definitely excited, especially for the second seasons that were mentioned, for example, with Moon Knight and Hawkeye. So I'm definitely excited for both of those as well. Not to mention, we get to see Jake Lockley's story continues from the first season of Moon Knight. So we'll definitely get to see the third avatar of Khonshu in the works. So it'll be just like in the comics as well. So definitely looking forward to that. So it's definitely going to be pretty cool. So Warren Thompson was talking about the exact same thing. So we're going to go ahead and listen to him. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and today we have a lot of awesome, exciting things to talk about. We have a little bit of information about Loki Season 2, which is about to start filming, and this information is coming from Michael Waldron, the writer of Season 1 and the writer of Multiverse of Madness. Looks like we have some pretty good news for those Defender fans out there.
Yes.
It looks like we could be seeing them appear in the MCU at different points in time. We have some Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special news to go over. And to top it all off, it looks like Hawkeye could be getting a Season 2, and some changes that Moon Knight made before have seemingly been undone. So a lot of really exciting news to talk about today. And by the way, if you missed my video yesterday, Disney Plus Day has been announced for September 8th. And that is also when Disney's D23 begins. It is from September 8th to September 10th. So expect a lot of big news about the MCU, about Star Wars, and just Disney in general those few days. And of course, I'll be covering that and everything until then and after then, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So let's start with Loki Season 2, because a lot of fans are really looking forward to Loki Season 2, including myself. They left us on a pretty massive cliffhanger at the end of Loki Season 1, they left us asking what the heck is going on. Loki, after forming a very deep and a very real relationship with Mobius and Sylvie, was kind of abandoned by Sylvie and went back to a TVA that was completely different and to a Mobius who did not know who he was. Now, something that is very, very important that you have to know about Loki Season 1, Multiverse of Madness, and Loki 2 is that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige said that everything that happened in Spider-Man No Way Home and in Multiverse of Madness was only possible because of what happened at the end of Loki.
Which makes sense because they're all tied in together. So that was the reason why there was a lot of multiverse crossovers for Spider-Man No Way Home and for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness as well. So that was the reason why there was like so many multiverses events, because of the aftermath of what Loki and Sylvie did to He Who Remains. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to go from here, and I'm so excited for it.
Sylvie took down the TVA and they took out He Who Remains, and the only reason any of this could have happened in the MCU is because of those events. Otherwise, He Who Remains and the TVA would have stepped in and prevented.
There we go. I love ads. Pay the bills. So we're going to go ahead and skip that.
Prevented Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man No Way Home. They would have stopped Doctor Strange from doing all these things. So essentially, you can blame Spider-Man No Way Home and the events of Multiverse of Madness on Loki and Sylvie, or you can thank them because those movies were awesome.
Right.
It looks like Loki Season 2 is actually going to be
There's definitely no hate in that.
continuation continuation of these events. So in somewhat, it's kind of going to be the follow-up of Multiverse of Madness. Basically, a lot is going to happen between the events of Loki Season 1 and the events of Loki Season 2, but the TVA kind of exists outside of space and time, so we'll have to see how that actually affects it. But Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, where the true King the Conqueror will be revealed, would have all come out before Loki Season 2. Season 2 for Loki is about to start filming, and we have a ton of Disney Plus projects coming out this year, so we know it's not coming out this year. It's probably going to be coming out mid-2023, and February of 2023 is when Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania come out. So expect a lot to be going on in Loki Season 2, and it's going to be really, really important. But according to the writer of Season 1 and Multiverse of Madness, Michael Waldron, has kind of teased us that we might see how the TVA approaches these events that have taken place in the MCU after the previous TVA that we knew in Season 1 has fallen, and now Kang's new TVA is in charge. In a recent interview, he was asked about the events of Season 2 of Loki, and he said, "It remains to be seen how did the events of this movie play out through the lens of the TVA," and he was speaking of Multiverse of Madness. He says, "What would they look like on a chrono monitor? I don't know. We'll have to find out." So it looks like Loki Season 2 is going to be tackling a lot of different things. Of course, we'll have to explore Sylvie again, Mobius, the TVA, Kang will be officially in the MCU at this point in time, and the multiverse is kind of a mess. Incursions are happening, so this is going to be really important and really exciting. And speaking of second seasons, it looks like Hawkeye might be getting a Season 2. I know there's a lot of Hawkeye fans out there, a lot of Kate Bishop fans out there, so this is good news. Now, the reason we think this is because on the Emmys For Your Consideration page for Disney, Hawkeye used to say limited series, but now it has been changed to Outstanding Comedy Series. So that could be because it has been greenlit for a Season 2. And hopefully if this does happen, this will be the start of the new Avengers team and hopefully the Young Avengers team as well. It's about time we get some Avengers back in the MCU.
Exactly, I agree.
Right now, a Season 2
I could not have said it better myself.
Kind of up in the air. Originally on their Twitter page, it said Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, a limited series now streaming only on Disney Plus. Now, however, it says an original series now streaming only on Disney Plus, not limited. However, on the For Your Consideration Emmy page, it still does say limited series. It actually says limited or anthology series. Now, I personally would love a Moon Knight series over a Hawkeye series. Nothing against Hawkeye, and I do love Kate Bishop, but I would like more new things to come into the MCU rather than doing some sequels that might not have such a huge impact on the MCU. Hawkeye was great, but I really welcome new characters.
Me too.
Now, speaking of new characters, but also kind of old characters, it looks like the Defenders might actually be making MCU appearances. After all, we've already seen Daredevil.
Yeah, we saw Daredevil.
Charlie Cox, but we did see Kingpin, and now a Daredevil series is coming to Disney Plus in the future, and not to mention Daredevil will be in the Echo series as well. But according to a new report from Screen Geek, they have been told by a source that Kristen Ritter, aka Jessica Jones, is going to be appearing in an MCU project soon. Now, after seeing Matt Murdock show up in Spider-Man No Way Home, after seeing Kingpin show up in the Hawkeye series, and then Black Bolt showing up in Multiverse of Madness, although he's an Inhuman, of course, not a Defender. But the main point is that Marvel Studios seems to be taking these characters that used to be on the Netflix series and has zero problem with weaving them into the MCU. So right now, it is literally possible that any of the Defenders, any of the old Inhumans, any people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's entirely possible that they could appear in the MCU. The multiverse has shown us that anything is now possible in the grand scale of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if this report is accurate, it looks like we will be seeing Jessica Jones soon. Now, to top it all off, we have some Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special news. It has been confirmed that Daniela Melchior has joined the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This
Daniela's
was
awesome.
reported by Deadline, but confirmed by James Gunn. You gotta love that about James Gunn. When reports happen and break on the internet, he's always there to either debunk them or confirm if they're true. So James Gunn said on Twitter, "I can confirm she's wonderful in the role. Daniela Melchior is one of my favorite people and actors around, and I hope this is just the second of many projects we'll work on together." Now, the Deadline report did not mention what role
she's
she was
pretty
playing,
too.
and James Gunn did not
Very
confirm that
beautiful
role either, but it is said to be a small role and not a massive role. Now, if you watched the Suicide Squad from James Gunn, you know that
she's awesome in Suicide
as
Squad.
Ratcatcher, and she did an amazing job. So I'm excited to see her in Guardians 3. Now, Guardians 3 and the holiday special have finished filming. They've wrapped, and they sent out wrap gifts, the gifts that they give to the cast and crew once something is done filming. This was shared by Mark Mantastic on TikTok. We have a couple of hats. One is of Rocket Raccoon, and the other one seems to be of Groot, but this could be a different character. This is from the holiday special, and it looks like it's some type of a Christmas tree with the character in front of it. But the last time that we saw Groot, he was a teenager, and in the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer, he is still a teenager. And this looks like a full adult Groot, the Groot that we saw in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. So this could be Groot, or this could be the High Evolutionary, or a character that the High Evolutionary could have created with his experiments. But then we take a look at the top right, we have a new logo for the Guardians of the Galaxy. You can see the old logo is on the bottom for comparison, and it looks like the logo is simply stepping away from the Guardians name on it. Now, it's speculated that this could mean that the Guardians are becoming more of an official team. We do know that this is pretty much the last film of this Guardians team. We're expecting a few deaths to happen in Guardians 3. James Gunn and a few members of the cast have mentioned that this is it for them. They're done after this. So perhaps the Guardians become a real Guardians of the Galaxy team where members can actually join and leave at any point in time. That way the members can leave, but the Guardians team always remains intact. They're always going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy, but characters like Nova or Adam Warlock or the Silver Surfer can always join, which is really exciting. And like I said, a lot of news that's happened over the past week. Let me know what your favorite part of all of this is in the comments down below and what you're most excited for. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss it.
Yeah, so this is definitely pretty cool. Very exciting time. I think it would be definitely bittersweet if they decide to go a different direction for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And if it's going to be the final film for sure, it'll definitely be bittersweet as well. But I think the membership will still be the same and have different members coming in, just like Warren was talking about, like having Nova or the Silver Surfer join the Guardians. So it'll be pretty interesting. And then, of course, Nova is definitely in the works as well. So we'll definitely see the Nova Corps and Richard Rider donning the Nova outfit for future Nova movies as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting to say the least. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see all of these projects for sure. And then on top of that, we can definitely get a chance to see Moon Knight Season 2 as well. So I definitely want to see that as well. I know everybody else, especially, I know all you fans want to see it as well. So, because I definitely want to check out Moon Knight. I know you guys do too, especially fans around the world will definitely want to see a second season of Moon Knight for sure. So we can definitely get like more new villains coming in as well. So it'll definitely be pretty awesome. So, but yeah, as far as like with the events of what happened with second season of Loki, I believe that we'll definitely get a release date, which will be sometime within middle of 2023, especially after when Kang makes his full appearance and Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. So I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to see the full costume of Kang and what he looks like. It's definitely going to be almost as cool as the comics as well. So I can't wait. And I know, especially with what happened in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, of how when Clea was telling Strange that he created an incursion, and then how all this is going to take place in Loki as well, which is definitely setting up the next event, which is going to be Secret Wars. So I believe we'll definitely see Loki returning, especially reuniting with Thor, even though it's not the Thor that Thor knew from the present time when he was killed by Thanos. But when they went back in time in Endgame and saw the 2012 Loki, that version of Loki is still out there. So I believe we'll definitely have a chance to see a reunion of sorts with Thor and Loki. So I believe all of this is definitely setting up for Secret Wars. And again, it's not going to come out until within the next 2 years or so. Probably a lot sooner than that. So, but again, as I stressed this before, making a movie like Secret Wars should not be rushed at all. So definitely take the time to basically build the story to where it could be almost as impactful, if more so, than Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War for sure. So, but on top of that, Defenders are coming as well, so it'll be pretty cool to see the Punisher join the Defenders as well. Even though Frank Castle's more of a solo kind of guy, he tends to do things on his own. He's not really much of a team player per se, but if he has to team up for a common goal, he'll definitely do it for sure. So, but yeah, it'll be pretty cool to pretty much see Frank Castle return and basically team up with the Defenders, so that'll be pretty cool. So, and again, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Hawkeye Season 2, but Moon Knight Season 2 is what I definitely want to see, because even though Moon Knight is an older character from the comics because he's been around since the 1970s, but he's also brand new in the MCU as well. So an older character coming to the MCU, you definitely want to focus more on just, hey, let's build more stories for Moon Knight for the audiences. So especially for comic book nerds like myself, who already knows about Moon Knight and the other Marvel characters to begin with. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm definitely excited for all the updates, especially for Season 2 of Loki, Moon Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the Christmas special, and then also Hawkeye Season 2. I'm actually excited for all of them, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But what do you guys think? Are you guys excited about the updates as well? Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for your support. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. And make sure you guys always enable the notifications so you can see every time I drop a video. Definitely have more Marvel news coming up and more superhero news and other news coming up. So let me know what you guys think. I love you all so much. Until next time.